it's Jeff, Aromatics, back once again, working on the portion of my cigar journal where I take a singular cigar leaf, roll it up into a puro, and smoke it just to get a better understanding of that particular leaf. Today, the tobacco that I'll be smoking is Dominican Piloto Cubano binder. Now, this particular tobacco is very popular, especially as a Dominican grown seed. It is used in quite a few cigars as filler, as well as a binder. Not so much wrapper leaf. I don't think I know of any cigar that has Piloto Cubano as an actual wrapper, but it's very, very commonly used as a binder and as a filler. It's just a great all-around tobacco that can either, be probably used as a main part of the filler, or particularly what I think it's used for is to just smooth out, say, a Nicaraguan blend, or to just add its particular characteristics to any blend. Really, it's just a really good tobacco to add to stuff, at least from my experience. Now, normally when I bind my cigars, I usually just like to use Piloto Seco, but I have been having a real hard time finding any Seco that has been good enough to use as a binder. So I bought the binder itself, which is it's not that much more than the filler, really, but I have found that it doesn't seem to burn quite as good. It's great flavor in my cigars. It just doesn't seem to burn that good, but we'll see how it burns on its own. I've never actually smoked it on its by itself. So well, let me light it up, and then once I light it up, I'll show you what the actual leaf looks like. All right, so I got some right down here. So there we go. Now this is quite thick, really thick, thick tobacco. Not the prettiest leaf. It's pretty thick, pretty rough. It looks like it's probably a Viso, like probably a mid-stock leaf. Not Ligero necessarily, but it definitely seems thicker than the Seco that I normally use. But just got a nice earthy smell to it. Kind of hard to smell it when I have my cigar burning now, but from what I remember, it's kind of an aged, earthy smell. Okay, so let me smoke this down to get a better feel of it, and I'll be back in a little bit. So you guys stay tuned. All right, I am back smoking away on my cigarillo here, and I think I've got a pretty good handle on it, although I'm quite surprised in a couple of ways. So number one, most of the Piloto Cubano that I have comes from one particular distributor. And there's some other people out there, but I've only got some Seco from different places, and that all seems to taste the same. Now, one thing I always found funny is a lot of other companies talk about using Piloto Ligero, and they like say LFD, La Flor Dominicana, and they say it's a real spicy leaf. I've never found any of my Piloto to be spicy at all. The Seco is just a nice mild, kind of a nutty type of taste. The Viso has got a nice full, meaty kind of, still got that nut type of taste. And the Ligero actually tasted overall maybe thicker in the body, but it didn't really have much taste or spice. So I still use it to beef up a cigar, but without, it's sort of like a thickener, right? By the way, it doesn't burn the greatest. It does burn, but you got to keep puffing on it. So that's something to consider. But back to the flavors. Now, this particular leaf is from a different distributor, and I'm guessing that this is more of a, like I said, maybe a Viso, like a medium stock leaf, or possibly even Ligero, because I am getting some pepper spice off of this, some tingle, some hot, some heat, like there was some hot sauce in my mouth. Now, it's not super strong, it's not a pepper bomb, but it's there, and it's just got different flavors than what I expected. So if this would be like a Viso leaf, which I'm guessing, the other Viso from the other distributor that I have, it has not much pepper spice, or it doesn't really have any pepper spice at all, just really deep nutty flavors that I can remember. This has got more of the kitchen spices. So on one side, you're kind of getting like a faded walnut. That's the overall flavor, kind of an airy faded walnut with a little bit of just a general pepper, maybe a black pepper, and heat on the tongue. And alongside that, I'm getting sort of, imagine if you went in a basement and there was a spice cupboard there, and you had like nutmeg and allspice, things like that. That's kind of the other flavors that I'm getting. So I'm actually, this is kind of encouraging in a way, because I did order some samples from this other distributor of some Piloto Ligero, and I'm really hoping that that'll be really spicy and strong and different than the other stuff that I have. Maybe it might not be better, but the more variety, the better, right? So that if that's true, if this other Ligero that I'm going to be getting has that kick to it, that would really change up some of my Dominican style cigars, or even there's a couple Nicaraguan blends that I have that have Piloto Ligero that I wish maybe had a little bit more kick, and maybe that will do it. But anyway, back as a binder, I use this now in one of my favorite cigars, like probably my favorite blend that I do, and that is my ARX. I ran out of my Seiko that I used to use, and that's my favorite. So I've been using this, and I have found that the burn isn't quite as good, but the flavor is definitely stronger, and I had to tone that blend down a little bit, had to adjust it. So yeah, it's other than the burn, I'm like I said, I already went out, I think. So yeah, pretty interesting. I like it. It's good, and yeah. So those are the flavors I'm getting on the Piloto Cubano binder tobacco. So, all right, I'm gonna leave that for my journal for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next one. So till then, Aromatics, sign it out.